Hail Satan. Hail King Lucifer. Hail Lord Belial. Hail Lord Leviathan. Hail King Paimon. Hail Lord Abaddon. Hail beautiful Queen Lilith. Hail Queen Azra. Yeah, I know what I was going to say. I was talking to a girl last night on social media. And she was telling me that, like, she wants to be a Satanist. Okay, or she is a Satanist, I should say. But, in saying that, she tries to do rituals. She told me she tries to do rituals, but she don't have no ritual space. I told her, this is what I told her, because she asked me about candles too, right? Because apparently a friend of hers, in my opinion, who's a complete doornail, the person she was talking to, he doesn't know his ass from a hole in the ground, in my opinion. He told her that you could not do an invocation to any ancient god unless you had the proper candles. So in other words, if you were doing an invocation to an ancient god that, his color, some people say his color of choice of candles, or her color of choice of candles, say is purple or pink. Okay? In other words, she'd have to go out and buy pink or purple candles. No. As soon as she told me that, I said no. I said, no, that's not the way it works. I said, if all you got, or all you can afford is a tea light and a cardboard box, that's all that's needed. I said, that's all that's needed for the ancients to hear you. And for whichever ancient god you're invoking, I said, that's all that's needed. No more, no less. I said, you don't need all that fancy crap. I said, sure, it's great if you can have it. I said, me personally, and I told her point blank, promoting Pepsi. I should get royalties for that. Good luck with that. But, royalties aside, I told her that, I said, who told you that bullshit? That's just the way I asked her. I said it to her too, right? I said, who told you that bullshit? And she told me that her friend, her male friend, probably a lot more than that, in my opinion, the way it sounds. But she told me that he told her that you needed you had to have, otherwise it wasn't going to work, okay? She said that he told her that you had to have certain color candles, and you had to have certain, obviously you got to have the right invocations and all that, right? Unless you're just straight up talking to whichever ancient god it is. I do a lot of that, actually. I really do. I do an awful lot of that. But that's a complete different story. But anyway, no, she told me that Buddy told her that she couldn't do a ritual if she didn't have the right color candles. So I told her, I said no. I said, that's bullshit. As soon as she told me, I said, bullshit. I said, sure. I said, in demonology, I said, they suggest that maybe you have the right certain different color candles and stuff like that. I said, but it's not a necessity. I said, it's not 100% a necessity at all. Nor is it. It's not 100% necessity. You don't really need them. Okay? You don't really need them. I said, all you gotta do, if your heart, your mind, and your soul is 100% into whichever invocation you're doing, right? Whichever invocation you're doing, if your mind, your body, and your soul is into it, if your mind, your body, and your soul is into it, you don't have to worry. I said, because the ancient god, whichever ancient god it is that you're invoking, doing the invocation to, they'll know 100%. I said, I said, 9 chances out of 10, and she asked me, like, she said she's having trouble, like, she said she's having trouble, like, knowing if a demon is, or sorry, but that I didn't mean to say demon, knowing if an ancient god is around. I said, you know what? I said, maybe your chakras are blocked, or one of them, or something like that. I said, or maybe, I said, look at it this way. I said, in my honest opinion, I said, the ancients are around us all the time. Like, every millisecond of the day and night. In my opinion, they really are. And with that being said, because she believed, okay, that if she does an invocation, an ancient god, be it like say King Paimon, I'll just use King Paimon as an example, in a good way. She believes that every ancient god, every time a person does an invocation, that whichever ancient god they're doing the invocation to, that ancient god should appear to her, like full-on manifestation, right in front of her. And I told her, I said, you know what? I said, that happens not very often. I said, it happens. I said, but not so much as you think it happens. I said, sure, it happens, but not every time a person does an invocation to whatever ancient god they're doing it to, does that ancient god, you know, next thing they know, that ancient god stood in front of them. I said, it happens, but not all the time. I said, they speak. I said, you feel them in your mind. You know they're there. I said, you sense them with your body. Or you hear them there. I said, either way, they're there. I said, now, I said, you might know they're there. I said, it depends on if they want to, I said, it depends on if they feel like they want to let themselves be known that they're there. So, okay, if you can understand that. Basically what I'm saying is if they feel like they want to let you know that they're there, they will. And if they don't, they won't. You know, that's my opinion on it. Like if you're doing an invocation to say King Paimon, and you don't feel, and you say you don't feel King Paimon's presence at all, okay? That I told her, I said, that doesn't mean he's not there. I said maybe he is there. I said 9 chances out of 10 he could be. I said, but if he wants you to feel his presence, you'll feel it. And if he doesn't want you to feel his presence, you won't feel it. I said, maybe the invocation you're doing might need a little tweaking. Like maybe you need to go back and review every single thing you did in your invocation, right? And you might have to do something, one little tiny thing different. I said, it might be the smallest thing you don't even think of. I said, but, you know, I said, and every time you do an invocation, whichever ancient god you do it to is not, every single time you do an invocation, whichever ancient god you do it to, he's not going to stand up in front of you. Not all the time. If that's the case, I wish that was the case, but it's not. But anyway, with that being said, I got to get into my place. I got to go into my place and do some stuff. So I'll talk to you next. Ave Satanas, Ave Lucifera, Ave Lord Belial, Ave Lord Leviathan. I hope everybody had a great day. And I'll talk to you next, guys. Ave Beautiful Queen Lilith. In nomine Dinastra Santanus Lucifera Excelsius. Ave Volo Platus. Ave Queen Lilith, Phrenich, Vassara, and Veg. Lilith, Loretz, Lilith. Hail Satan, brothers and sisters.